Hey, what's going on everybody? It's Rosa Parks, and yes, I've got another Doom and Gloom Destiny video to share with you guys, but this one is going a little bit away from Destiny 2 and Destiny 3 and actually more into Destiny 1. As I was thinking of this question, other content creators like Astacross have been saying, should we be getting a Destiny 1 remastered or a D1 remake? That is something that I want to tackle in today's video. And if you guys are new to this channel, or if you're new to seeing any of these videos, kind of recently I've been starting to talk more about Destiny and Bungie. I've played these games for over a decade now, over 10 years, and so I'm somewhat experienced in talking about the life cycle of Destiny and decisions Bungie's done over time, the mistakes, the ups and downs, and so forth. So if you're new, please drop a like and sub, it would very much appreciate it. We're close to 400, so let's try and get there. But now on to the main topic, which is Destiny 1 Remastered. If you haven't noticed already, Destiny 1 has actually been getting some popularity back, which is something that's very nice to see because, as Destiny 2 has not been doing so well, it's kind of been neglected, left to rot, if you will. A lot of people have either quit Destiny 2 as a whole, or you've played some other games. Maybe you've hopped on Warframe, or maybe you've even tried Destiny 1. I know a lot of people that have played Destiny 2 haven't actually played Destiny 1. I'm someone who has started at Destiny, the OG Destiny 1 game, and then I moved on to Destiny 2. Some of you guys might have started on Destiny 2 and never actually played the OG game of Destiny 1. First of all, if you haven't, stop this video right now, buy Destiny 1 because I believe it's on sale, or it's like £15 or something like that. It's fairly cheap for a game. And play Destiny 1, the whole thing. When you buy the game, I think the only way you can get the game is by getting the whole bundle for about £15, which is not bad at all. You get Dark Below, House of Wolves, Taken King, which is excellent, and Rise of Iron, which is also excellent, and you also get the vanilla campaign, believe it or not. That has not been sunset, so you will actually get to experience the whole game from the beginning to the very end. And you also get Age of Triumphs, which is also like a nice addition to the game. If you want to just kind of 100% platinum the game, you have that to do as well. And yeah, so stop the video and play Destiny 1. Okay, now that you're back and you've played Destiny 1, how do you feel about it? Because I have some thoughts on it. Obviously, we talk about how simple the game is. It's not as complex as Destiny 2, where you have things like skill trees, or you don't have Arc 3.0, Void 3.0, any of those things. It's a fairly simple ability structure. You can get with enough level and experience, you can get yourself a different jetpack, slightly new abilities, or so forth, and that's it. You don't have things like aspects or fragments, and it was just a more simpler time back then. It's up to you to debate whether or not you think ability 3.0 was better in Destiny 2, or if you thought the simplicity of Destiny 1 was better. That's up to you to decide. I personally don't mind whatsoever. I understand the benefits of having Destiny 2's more ability spam centralized builds in Destiny 2 versus in Destiny 1, where it's more focused on gunplay, and every now and again you can use certain abilities and exotics. But that's in terms of the abilities. What about things like the gunplay and maybe the gun design and maybe the armor designs? First of all, gunplay in Destiny 1 is exquisite. If you played games like Halo before, the OG Halo games, you'll understand why Bungie has a specific magical touch, Midas touch, when it comes to gunplay, because it just feels so exquisitely excellent. And this came out, mind you, over 10 years ago, and it felt this good. And it's transferred clearly over to the other games. Games like Destiny 2 and even Marathon technically has some good gunplay in it, believe it or not, and it's just something that Bungie is really good at doing. And the fact that they were able to do this over 10 years ago is just a testament of how good this game has shown itself, and why so many people were addicted to this game back then, and why it was so good back then as well, because the gunplay really helps out. In terms of the weapon design and armor designs, they felt clean. The raid gear specifically back then was just crisp. You had shaders that were you had unique shaders that could actually glow, and they just increased your drip points so much. It was just unreal. And the armor designs were clean, nothing crazy, but I think the Warlock's arm pieces, you could actually get the whole arm piece, whereas in Destiny 2 it's different. It stops at like the shoulder or something like that. So that was something that was unique to Destiny 1's armor, specifically for, you know, Warlocks and stuff like that. But I personally think the weapon designs are clean, the armor's clean, and the shaders are also very good. Another thing that Destiny 1 had that would be cool to see if it got like remastered would be obviously the factions and stuff like that. The factions were just something that helped you get rank up points in the background while you were playing things like Crucible. Maybe you were doing some sort of strikes, receiver strikes or nightfalls, or even if you were I think cleaning up bounties would also give you rep points for your faction. And basically every time you rank up with your faction, you could either, you know, get some weapons, get some armor. That the weapons specifically could be quite unique, and some of those weapons were actually really golden in terms of how good they were, the perks you could get on them, and some of them were even good specifically for Crucible, and some of them were even specifically good for PvE activity like strikes. So specifically factions were really goated. You had people beefing about which factions were better and stuff like that. It was just a really good time back then. Obviously, maybe they could expand on it. I don't know exactly how they could, but it would be a nice thing to see, you know, factions getting a little bit more investment. But in a remake or a remaster, I'm not sure if that's what they're trying to go for. The simplicity of a remaster would be just beefing up the graphics, increasing frame rates for the newer PCs and higher-end consoles so that the game looks a lot more smoother, and obviously adding an FOV slider to help make the game look nicer. That's kind of the main thing that I was looking at when I was looking at the remasters. But after the Black Flag resyncs that's come out recently, which I'm super hyped about because I've enjoyed Black Flag for a long time. It's one of my favorite, I think it is my favorite. It's the top one Assassin's Creed game for me back then. When I was playing it on the Xbox 360, it was incredible. So after that got announced and that got a remake, they added a few new things to Black Flag that weren't in the original game. And they could do a similar thing here with the Destiny 1 remaster, where they could add some new things to things like factions or something else. I don't have the knowledge right now or the brain power to explain what. But you get the idea. They could add something new instead of just beefing up frames and so forth. What else did Destiny 1 do right that would be nice to see back in the remaster is, well, the tutorial. The onboarding experience for new players. It's quite golden and crisp, honestly. It's even though Destiny 2 is a copy and paste of Destiny 1 in terms of the tutorial now, it's nowhere near as good as it was. It just isn't. If you play Destiny 1, you understand that. If you're someone that's come from Destiny 2 and then you move on to Destiny 1 and then you play the onboarding tutorial, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's just so much better. It's nicer, it's clean, nothing is spamming you with notification pop-ups or anything like that. And it's simple. That's the reality of it. Destiny 1 back then just got a lot of things right. And it's surprising that Destiny 2, a game that's been worked on after so long, can't do the tutorial correctly. And that's the biggest point for why Destiny 2 is kind of a hard game for people to get into, is because the onboarding experience just generally sucks. I don't want to go to a third-party website to see this piece of information or whatever. Why can I not access that information in-game? Why do I have to go to a separate Bungie website off the game to be able to see this sort of thing? It's something that I never truly understood from a game design perspective, but it's just something that sort of happened, and we're stuck with it now. And we see the disadvantages of what that's led to in Destiny 2, but the damage has been done. There's nothing that can be done about it. But back to Destiny 1, aside from the tutorial being exquisite, you know, what else did it have that was specifically unique to Destiny 1? And I'm sure if you've played sort of the beginning of Destiny 2, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's basically anything before Edge of Fate was fine in terms of the way you could select missions. For the most part, Portal has kind of made selecting missions kind of dull, and the destination screen or the director screen has kind of lost its touch and feeling in Destiny 2. In Destiny 1, it was exquisite. In Destiny 1, similar to the beginning of how you could select missions in Destiny 2, you could click your planet and you'd be able to select your missions from there. In Destiny 2, it was a little bit more different. You click on the planet, but then you would have to usually go into the patrol section, and then you would have to drive towards the mission area and then select your mission from there, which took a bit longer, which was a little bit annoying. Because in Destiny 1, all you had to do was just click on the mission and then you'd be in it already. Destiny 2 is slightly different, but there were some missions where you could click and it would launch you straight in. But there were also some times where you had to go into patrols to be able to select that mission, which was kind of annoying. And it just took a little bit longer. But the director screen is the main selling point of Destiny. It's what makes the mission selects unique. I don't want to stare at a Portal screen that looks dull and bland. I want to stare at the planets I want to go to, and I want to enjoy the planets. I want to see the dedication that the teams have put onto designing them, and I want to be able to immerse myself in that experience. That's something that Destiny 1 got right. And you know, just to close everything off real quick, I know I haven't said exactly everything. Maybe you guys could say some more in the comments about what you think Destiny 1 got right and what you would like to see in a remaster potentially. But just to close everything off, the fact that people are coming back into Destiny 1, and a decent amount of players, even content creators like Aztecross, have come back into Destiny 1. And I think, aside from the fact that people may have not played Destiny 1 ever, it just shows you why Destiny 1 should get a remaster. If so much attraction is coming back to Destiny 1, loads of players are flooding back in with all the nostalgia and what made Destiny so great and what kind of introduced everyone to this unique universe, I feel like that should be enough of a sign to suggest that Destiny 1 should be getting a remaster or some sort of remake at least. I know this game from my childhood. I grew up on this game so much. I remember playing it on the Xbox 360, playing it on the PS4, and then right now on the PS5 and on PC as well. I literally played this game for so long, and I just fell in love with Destiny so much back then, and I loved the way the gunplay felt. I loved the armor. I loved the simplicity of the game, and that's what made it so perfect. And I'm happy that loads of other people can get that experience now that they can get in 2026, you know, after playing through Destiny 2. Maybe new players might want to check out Destiny 1, and I'm completely happy that people get to get that experience for the first time, because Destiny 1 is truly something special, and I want to hit this home for anything at the end of this video, is that Destiny 1 is just so good, and it was so simple. Obviously, it wasn't complex like Destiny 2, but it was still great. The guns felt good. The abilities were powerful in some ways. But that's what made Destiny 1 unique. And that's something that I hope you guys can understand, because I might not have the words to explain it properly, but it's just something you need to try and test out. The game's fairly cheap now. You can get a decent bundle of collections from it through Dark Below, House of Wolves, Taken King, Rise of Iron, for a fairly cheap price. And I would highly advise you guys check out Destiny 1, because once again, it's truly something special. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and sub if you enjoy this video, for sticking through, and also for sticking through to the very end. And of course, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.